All right, today we are going to talk about how to create positive energy in your life. Let's get to it. How is it we can do some amazing and sometimes unexplainable things, like heal our own bodies by the power of our thoughts? Mother's intuition, the law of attraction. Can we really tap into our subconscious mind? Can we really create our own realities? It begs the question, are we novice gods? Hey guys, thank you so much for joining me on this video series. I'm super excited about this and I hope you are too. I am excited to figure out how we can unlock the potential within us. And today we're talking about how to create more positivity in your life. Now this is actually a huge thing. One of the things I didn't know was how much influence we have on it, how much we can actually control that ourselves so we don't have to wait for some fortunate thing to happen to us. Before we can be happy, before we can live the full extent of our lives and just be the best all-out people that we are. So anyway, I want to share with you a little bit about what I've learned and hopefully that'll be something that can help you. Okay, so first off, let me tell you a story. This is a story of a championship basketball team. Now this isn't a story that you will find in the record books and it won't be written up by ESPN or any sort of famous anything because it wasn't the kind of basketball team that you'd think of. This was a team that I was on in my middle 40s and a bunch of old guys like me. Anyway, the deal is it was a church basketball league and we had never made it to go to, you know, you'd play in kind of a certain area, and then if you won enough games you could actually go to the region tournament. We had never made it to the region tournament because, well, we weren't that good. Well, one year we won enough games to just be on the bubble, to just barely make it in. And we were super excited about that. And the first team that we were going to play was a team that had been undefeated all season except they had lost their last game. And so, you know, they kind of seat the lower seats with the top seats, and so the best team is playing the worst team, and we were pretty darn sure that we were going to lose. So we decided to just have a little bit of fun, and so instead of taking it seriously, a guy that was on the team had a tour bus. He's a country music singer, and he had this tour bus and he said, let's ride the tour bus to our venue, to our location. Now it takes about 20 minutes to actually get to this location, but if you take the bus, it takes 40. So we all hop up on the party bus, and that's what it was. It was a party because we all knew what the game was. It was our last game and we were going to get the socks beat off of us, and so we might as well have a little bit of fun. And that's what we did. We had a ton of fun on the way over there. We were so loose, we were so relaxed because this was a great send-off to kind of the best season that we'd had, you know, being as bad as we were. And then the most amazing thing happened. As we got there and we started warming up and we were joking with the other team, then the game started. And we made shot after shot. It was like the hoop was this big, we couldn't miss. And even when we did miss, the rebounds seemed to come right to us. We were unstoppable. It was amazing. And not only did we win by 20 points. Now isn't that amazing? Isn't that this incredible thing? Well, what I discovered with that was that by having positivity in our lives, by accidentally creating that, we had created an opportunity for us to win. Now the question is, can you create positivity on purpose? Rather than having this fortunate accident where, you know, we didn't really plan on winning, we were pretty sure we were going to lose and we were just going to have some fun while we did it. The question is, can you create that positivity on purpose in your life, and then can you get the same benefits of being relaxed, of being present, of having fun, of enjoying the moment, and then of being your best, playing your best, doing your best. I believe it's possible. One of the things, I ended up after this writing a book called The 7 Core Skills of Everyday Happiness. If you like that, check it out, or check the show notes down below to find out more about it. But the cool thing is happiness is a skill. And so there are definitely ways for you to create positivity in your life. And one of the ways is to not worry. That's actually skill number 2 or 3. I can't remember. I think it's 3. Skill number 3, to don't worry. And there are things that you can do to deliberately stay in the moment, to be fully present with those that you're with, to savor the now, to really enjoy what you've got. And as you're doing that, you're going to find out that you are more relaxed and you're more focused on what's going right in your life. As you start to do that, anyway, it'll open up some new opportunities for you. Now, another thing you might want to consider is your words, the things that you say about yourself. These reveal the beliefs that you have about yourself. And this whole show is about understanding how our beliefs open doors to possibilities for us. So pay attention to the words you say. And if you want to create positivity in your life, get rid of the negative words, not just the words themselves, but the meaning behind them, and the phrases that are self-depreciating, that show that you don't have confidence or belief in yourself, that show that you don't care. Those things, when we take those out, when we remove the negative speak from our lives, it can help open up more possibilities for good to come in. Things that we want to focus on, things that we would like to have in our lives. So pay attention to the words you're using. Okay, now another way to create positivity on purpose in your life is to actually live on purpose. Now, I know that sounds silly, because we think we already live on purpose. What else are we doing? Well, if you kind of think about just how you wake up, what are your morning routines like? Do you do things purposefully, or do you do things out of habit? Like check your smartphone immediately when you get up out of bed, and then you start looking at social media, and you start looking at the messages that have come in, and you start reacting to all these things that have happened while you slept, and maybe you have fear of missing out. You're worried what happened, or you're hoping you got likes on your Instagram post or whatever. Well, if you start the day reactionary like that, how can you truly live on purpose? So if you will pay attention to some of those habits that you just do that have built up over the years, realize that it's negative thinking, they say, is easy because you're thinking downhill. If you want to create positivity in your life, allow yourself to create new habits where you are deliberate, where you are intentional, where you are creating the kind of life that you want and setting that as an intention in advance, if that makes sense. Now, if you're interested in this, down in the show notes, I have a link to a free planner that can help you start your morning so that you're very deliberate and intentional, and you actually start with an intention, which is just a fabulous way to live life, because suddenly then you are the creator of your life. You're no longer the victim, but you are making it the way that you would like. So anyway, you might want to check that out. But that's another kind of tip, I don't know, that will help you create positivity in your life, is to actually do it on purpose. Okay, one more thing that you might want to do to start implementing in your life is to be your best cheerleader. Now, if you think about it, how often does anybody celebrate you for the small wins that you do, right? How often do you do that? Generally, what you probably do, if you're like most people, is we beat ourselves up. We are our own worst enemy. We see all of our faults, all of our weaknesses, and we point them out like with this huge magnifying glass. Well, instead, why don't you turn around those negative statements about yourself and be your best cheerleader. Celebrate your wins. Pay attention to them. If you want to do that well, write them down. Leave sticky notes around the house, or keep a journal that helps you really track these things. As you celebrate yourself, as you recognize the great person that you are going to start to build your self-confidence, And that self-confidence is about being the best person that you can possibly be. It's about opening up the world to who you truly are and allowing yourself to be you. Nobody else can be you, but if you can be the best version of yourself, you're gonna love it. So anyway, those are some suggestions today on how to create positivity in your life. Again, look in the show notes if you'd like some resources. I have these resources. I built these resources because I was a very negative person, and I had a great life, but I didn't recognize it. You know, everything was going right, but I was focused on what was not right and what I felt was missing in my life. And so I've created a whole bunch of tools and resources. If you want those things, jump in the show notes and they will help you train yourself to look for what's going right in your life. And let me tell you, when you're focused on what's going right in your life, life starts to take off. Are you looking to make the world a better place? Visit me at scottwilhite.com and sign up to become an Impact Insider. I'll keep you updated on the topics and ideas that may help you become your best, true, full self.